Hello, everybody. We're back here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington for the WineCellars.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open Championship of 2023. David Burney is in the booth with you, and my good friend to my right over here, Francis Chow, who's played in the tournament. Hello, Francis. So how are you doing today?
Good. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So how was your feeling of the tournament overall?
I mean, it's great to have so many, international people actually fly in and, participate. For now, snooker isn't a big sport in the U.S., so it's nice to see. Like, people come here, you don't get, this quality of, this quality of play a lot here, so it's nice to actually be on the table and, get your ass kicked.
It is a family show, Francis, so we do have to watch our P's and Q's sometimes. We don't want little children to be inspired and get in trouble with mom and dad. So our TV table match is going to be Mink Nutcharut against Jacquet. Jacquet, who is in your group. Who are you feeling is going to be coming out on top on this one? Do you have any lenience?
I think Mink.
Mm-hmm. She is quite strong. Great technique. It is nice to see that Jacquet and Anyi both coming from Hong Kong. You originally came from Hong Kong many, many moons ago,
and
correct?
And somehow all three of us were in the same group.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to talk to those tournament directors. But it's nice to see that there's a good lot of funding for them. They're really encouraged to follow their passion in sports, and it's nice that they can not have to starve themselves for their sport.
Yeah, I was talking to them during lunch, and it seems like Hong Kong gives them a base salary, and then so if they win any tournament winnings, they keep it in pocket, and so it's nice that their next meal isn't dependent on winning the next tournament or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But they also have the only. When they apparently for these stops, they hold a qualifier, within I think they said there's 7 of them, seven women in the Hong Kong snooker team, and so they hold a qualifier, and top 2 can travel to these events, all paid for.
Okay. You have a big fan base in Germany. It looks like our good friend Snooker155 is saying hello to you in the chat room.
I have no idea.
You might be big in Germany. You might not be able to walk the streets.
They should find better players to be a fan of.
So just getting a group photo of all the quarterfinalists. Maybe we'll just take this time to step aside and take a look at our title sponsor from WineCellars.com. I'll be right back with the quarterfinals after this short little break. And thanks to our title sponsor there, WineCellars.com, doing great work. And just before we start off frame one against our featured match, there's a little snapshot there of how the bracket looks up. You can check all the updates on snookerscores.net. But that's how we're standing right now. And then there were 8, and we'll come down to 1 champion tomorrow. So Jackie is broken off to start this best-of-5 match. And we're just going to get the scoring up there pretty quickly. Just have to work out some kinks, and we'll be underway. Did you find, Francis, it very nerve-wracking going against these other top-notch Hong Kong players?
If anything, it's less nerve-wracking because I'm not expected to win.
Okay.
I mean, like, I do my best in every match, and I was really excited to play these two. But I feel a lot less pressure than if I was playing someone that I expect myself to win against.
Mm-hmm. And we have referee Dave Daly doing top-notch work. He's our featured referee. And Adam, I'm trying to remember his name. Horsick, Adam Horsick, thank you, is our roving referee. And Mike Dominguez, owner-operator over here at Ox Billiards, is kind of there just in case one of these referees need a break. It's a lot of hard work. Our good friend Raymond Fong, last year's runner-up in the U.S. Nationals, is saying hello to you, Francis.
Yes, always good to see you. Hope to see you in LA too, if you're going.
True, I think they have 64 players enlisted for the U.S. Nationals, so that's good to see. And Chris Lamb, who was going to go down, is in the room, and he's told me that they opened it up now that you don't have to be a U.S. citizen. Is this correct?
I think they accept green cards, yeah.
Okay.
Which I think will be very exciting because I know multiple people that are very good players that couldn't play because of this restriction.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll definitely make it more competitive.
So a little tactical safety battle to start things off. We'll see who's the one to falter first in the safety exchange. That might lead to a big break. So lots of respect now with some of these players because they know everyone's pretty capable of making big breaks.
Yeah, you made 121 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mink did a 80 something.
Yes, and Mike Dominguez was telling me when he was playing a friendly with Mink on Thursday night, she made a 95 on him.
That's nice.
It's a good way to treat your host. Well, that might be an opportunity for Jackie there. It's a little nervous maybe for Mink. The beginning stages.
It's also right after lunch.
It's true, that fine line. You don't want to eat too much or you're just going to kind of be a little bit bloated and
sleepy. Jackie was telling me she has these ultra spicy mint candies in her bag. Perfect for times like this to wake up.
Did you try one of these
Yes.
candies? All right. I'd have to talk to Jackie after this match and see what these are like. But here is a good opportunity for Mink. Do you think that... Well, she's going to go past this red by the black spots. We're wondering who Ask Bob was there. That's our good friend Dharma. He was in the semifinals of last year's U.S. Nationals. Definitely a very fun player to watch, very animated. Uses every part of his body, including his tongue, to try and get in that ball. That's for sure. He does quite a lot of dancing around. Just looking where she wants to go after this blue. Both players are having a little bit of first frame jitters, would you say, Francis?
It's lunch.
That's lunch.
It's the lunch.
Very nice. Just is there a gap between the green and brown? Please hit this red near the middle pocket. To add a little bit of swerve. Now, Francis, are you putting her back? Or are you going to play on from there if you're in this position, if you were coming to the table?
Play it. It's at least 18 points? 16 points? 16 points.
Definitely looks like it for sure. There should be a for sure 16 points. And there's a few reds that are open around the pack, like that one on the left side. So
yeah.
This might be the break that Mick needs to get everything warmed up. And a lot of these players just so dangerous when they get into the balls, making these short, compact, nice, neat shots.
She makes a plug, it breaks out the rack.
Very nice, and she's still on another red. So the break continues.
16.
Little tidbit of history. Oh no, Jackie's got one red. I was going to say our good friend in Canada, Cliff Thorburn, he had a famous 147 at the Crucible Theatre, and it all started on a foul, and then he fluked in a red. But unfortunately, I almost misspoke there, as Jackie did have a red earlier on and just missed that blue. I think using the redwoods. These are very large tables, 6 by 12. Are you very handy with the rests, Francis?
No, absolutely not. It's one of the things I really need to work on. Like, coming from pool, it's not nearly as much used as in snooker, but in snooker it's definitely something you need to be very comfortable with.
And pool kind of feels like a nuisance. Everyone's like, "Oh, I've got to use the rest. I don't want to use that." Where
In pool, I can just use my left hand. But my left hand is not accurate enough on snooker tables.
this is red just below bunch go. Looks like it does. Or is she going to play to the close red to go into the green pocket? Nice little 24 break there to lead 28-1 in this first frame.
And
Quarterfinal matches.
There's no open reds for Jack here. Oh, no, is that pink or red? No, that's a red. Never mind.
It is there, but it is pretty tricky.
Yes.
You know, these thin cuts into the. As we all soon to find out once you start playing the game of snooker, there's no easy shot on this table.
Even if it's next to the pocket.
Especially when it's near the pocket. Sometimes you just take it for granted and you don't even think about it. You're already onto your color, but next thing you know.
And it wobbles.
Exactly. Playing that with pace to be onto the black. So cutting this into the middle. Didn't get the cover behind the brown. These are best of 3 or best of 5 matches, and they're not playing all matches. So 3 frames to the good will punch your card into the semifinals.
Oh, that's a good shot.
It's got a slight angle on the brown. Really would need some good cue power to come back down the table. The blue naturally will take her down.
But then you're over the green.
True. Yeah, it's just in her eye line, so it's just a little bit of a nuisance. It's a nice pot there, and she's giving her a chance to keep going. Red is on, but it is a thin cut. Thank you very much. Haydenus 12. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You're sending some very kind words to us over here with the team from Ox, really upping the production value. and making this sport look great and creating awareness.
Beautiful.
Fourteen.
Just ran into those reds to disturb that red and kicked it out. So Jack A crawls a little bit back in this frame. I'd like to get that red on. And you're getting into the tournament now that one little costly miss and you could be sitting for quite a while. Nice picture right there. Showing Mink style. She really does have a deliberate pause in her backswing.
I've noticed that in a lot of pictures, like both Anya, Jackie, and Mink, they all have that very noticeable pause in the back before they actually shoot. I think there's always like a discussion on whether you should not have to pause or have that pause.
It is interesting because you would think just like a continuous kind of motion would be kind of a flowing kind of feel to it, but more often than not we do see that player, they have the motion and they hold and then deliver. So
I don't know if there's a correct, like if either is fully correct, but I feel like some of it is just what you're comfortable with and like what's your rhythm. Like I am one of those that don't have to pause because I find myself getting wobbly if I have a pause. But I've definitely heard arguments on both sides.
yeah, you see some players, they don't even feather, they just kind of get up and go at it. There's some people that feather like a jackhammer almost, and then some have smooth feathers, and so it's whatever you're comfortable with, but the key is, I think, to keep it consistent.
That pre-shot routine is very important, especially when you're in like a high-stress environment.
You know what also is good? A post-shot routine.
Like staying down?
Staying down possibly, and maybe coming up and just having a thought about, oh, that was that last shot.
Like
You
what
know.
happened?
Kind of gauging if it was a miss, why did that happen?
Yeah.
Or if it was a pot, hey, can I be better on my color ball after a red? Nice little plant there. We appreciate our friends on the other side of the Atlantic that are tuning in from the UK, Germany, all over there in Europe. We know it's late in the night. It's almost early Saturday morning. Hope you're enjoying this WineCellars.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open Championship of 2023. We have begun the quarterfinals. This is the first frame, with Mink, the first woman ever to have a recorded 147, going against Jack A from Hong Kong. As Jamie Hunter was in the booth on our last match, she was telling us that Mink plays out of the high-end snooker club in Thailand. And every so often there'd be a bunch of pros coming in, so she does have some really good sparring partners that she can practice against.
That's really great. Yeah, I think I've been in the U.S. for probably 10 years at this point, and moving up here was the first time I saw a snooker table in the U.S.
True. It is not as common as it used to be. I do remember reading once that Chicago, Illinois, in the Midwest of the U.S. of A., once had 80 rooms.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if they were all filled with just pool tables, or there's got to be at least one snooker table in there, but that was going back almost into the 1920s, almost 100 years ago.
Even for pool, like the number of pool halls is decreasing. I think it's not, the most lucrative business venture. So it's always sad. Like, I've seen many clubs close, and it's always a sad event.
Sure. Oh, very nice long pot there. We all are here for the growth of the game. We want to see it do well, whereas unfortunately some greedy developers will be like, I can put a apartment building there, and all the taxes I get from my renters or whatever. And
Yep.
greed, it's a dirty thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think if the sport gets more popular, it also, brings in more money, and therefore there's more reason for, to be able to build these club rooms and have all these great events. But, comparatively to, like, say, soccer and basketball, pool is nowhere near as big. Pool and snooker, at least in the States.
True, I don't think this sport will ever be able to take over the big four in North America, the baseball, basketball, hockey, and football.
Yeah.
But as long as we can get, some people here and there to pick up a cue and give it a go. Parents have to see the benefits of this game, as there's great sportsmanship involved in it. Definitely respect your opponents. Also teaches when you have scheduled matches to be on time. So there's lots of. We just got delayed a little bit by that deadly doorbell that's accompanies us in the commentator booth. We had to let in some fans. This is going to be the first frame for Mink, as much as
22.
Jackie has every right to come back into the booth or into the onto the table. It is the etiquette sometimes when you're just so far behind that it is proper to concede. So that is a concession there. So we will just step aside for a few short moments as referee Dave Daly sets up the balls. And are you going to be sticking around, Francis?
I think we're getting Diana.
Our great co-tournament director, Diana Schuler, will be coming up right after this break. So if you have any questions on tournament direction, get them ready. And thank you very much, Francis, for joining us in the booth.
Thank you.
And good show and a good tournament. I'm pretty sure you learned lots from these great players.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun.
Looking forward to seeing you at the U.S. Nationals.
Yep.
Take care.
See ya.
And here we are back in frame 2. Was able to take that one quite convincingly. Let's see how Jackie can respond to that, because you're not really into the match until you get that first frame on the board. So, and just looking around the room, Anya was able to take her first frame over Jocelyn Liu, who is a local player here. Jamie Hunter, that is, and Marianne McConnell battling it out, as well as young Marissa Dew all the way into the quarterfinals. Takes on Bex Kenna, and they're into, I think, just their first frame. So. Great weight on that safety shot. Equally acknowledged by her opponent by a tap on the table. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to let you know she is firm, but she's very fair. She's one of our tournament directors in this great tournament, Diana Schuler. Hello, Diana.
Hello, David. Nice to be here with you.
Great. How are you doing today?
I did actually not too bad. I played quite okay until the jet lag kicked in. It's quite interesting when your eyes just start going all weird and you cannot see properly and you just want to sleep, but I overcame it and I won my match today.
Sounds good. Yeah, seeing is pretty important in this game.
What is it seeing? Yeah, it helps a bit.
Do you run any other women's tournaments, or is this your...
I'm only TDing this tournament because normally we have Mandy Fisher, our president, running the tournaments, and she's a great TD. It's great to learn from her and know how to do it properly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, she runs all the very big tournaments in England all the time with a lot of entries and a lot of side competitions.
Oh. Well, you and Matt are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, David.
I feel like you're getting the hang of it since this is the second time you've been over in Seattle.
The hang of TDing or being in Seattle? What do you mean?
TDing, I think, tournament directing.
Well, I prefer being a player, to be honest. I also enjoy doing the tournament director part because I did TDing for German tournaments already, so I know a bit how to do it, but I'm a player, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, we appreciate you stepping up because we all want to be players, and there's some people that, we would hope that they could step up and be behind the scenes and stuff like that, and we do need more people like yourselves just to continue to the game to grow.
Yeah.
And it's definitely fortunate and very nice that you have Matt here as well. So that's nice, that because I think it would be rather impossible if you were just by yourself and being a player. I don't think we would have you in the booth. Your head would be spinning around.
Yes, it's not possible. So Matt and I, we are a great team here. It wouldn't be possible without him. And he also takes pictures, and he's also the player happiness manager, I call him.
True, he brings rainbows for everybody, goodies, make everyone happy.
He makes it more on the talkative side, not with presence, I think. So, how are the players doing here? Still early in the frame.
So neither of these two were in your group, but have you played them in past events?
Yeah, I played both. I played Pink actually quite often, unfortunately. No, it's always a pleasure to play her. So I think in Coulston last year, one frame even went down to the Pink, but she got it in the end. She's the better player. And Shaky I played quite often in the past, and I will play her as well tomorrow, maybe in the seniors, when she wins her first match.
Oh. Mm-hmm. How many players do we have in the seniors?
6 this time.
6 this time,
Yes.
okay.
But as you just said, it's great when players step up and help also growing the game. So that's also my passion. I'm not only TDing here, I'm also one of the directors of World Women's Snooker. And with Mandy and Matt, we three are the board of the World Women's Snooker. So the main board, the operative board, basically. And
Yep.
we're trying to grow the game and put all these tournaments on all over the world. And it's so great that we have tournaments in America now, in Asia, in Australia, and of course Europe, mainly in England as well. So we are growing and get more female participation from all over the world.
Fantastic. Well, you guys are always welcome in the Great White North if you want to come up to Canada.
I know, David. Thank you very much. You are you're promoting it very well, your Canadian tournament that you might do.
Well, I just think, talking to a few players, it might just be beneficial just to have that little kind of sort of quasi-tour that, they could play here in Seattle and then go up to Vancouver and kind of make it a vacation
Exactly.
and see both great cities and be on the west, so.
Yeah. It sounds very good for me. I hope the players see this as well.
Hmm. But as we know, it always comes down to dollars and cents.
And euros and pounds.
And rupees and liras.
Yeah.
Are we dating ourselves?
And baht.
Deutschmarks.
Yeah, not anymore. It's a nice shot there from Mink. She's got stuck a bit.
8.
Yeah, she might be pulling out our friend, the Swan. Oh, she's going for the spider here. You think I've asked some players that the Swan, doesn't it kind of more look like a slug? Those little tentacles coming up.
Yeah, could be. But it's neither of it now here. It's the spider.
Mm-hmm. True.
It's a spider.
Yeah,
That even doesn't look like a spider, does it?
Good points.
But actually, I need to ask a referee a rule question, because yesterday I had to use the very, very long rest and had to put my body in a very weird position, and I was hampered by my waistcoat, and I was not sure, am I allowed to open some buttons on the waistcoat to be able to reach better the shot? Wasn't sure. Need to ask a good referee.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question because obviously the waistcoat is part of the dress code.
And it has to be fastened. The rules, the dress code says that.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's on some shorts when you cannot do it.
True, but one button is still a fastened waistcoat, correct, right?
But the men, I think, I don't know about women.
Hmm. Well, if anyone on the stream wants to pipe in with their thoughts, they can let us know. I did have one player actually in the BC Open this year wasn't wearing his vest, so I went over and said, "What's going on? You're not wearing your vest." Well, I had a difficult shot. Well, we have a dress code here. We're trying to create something here, so.
What's also interesting to know is that both Mink and Jakey are basically professional players from. I mean, Mink is a professional player on the World Snooker Tour and earns her money solely from snooker. And Jakey is a professional player, not on the World Snooker Tour, but a professional in the sense of she does nothing else than playing snooker. She and the other Hong Kong girls are part of the Hong Kong Sports Institute, and they are employed there and get a wage every month and practice day in, day out with coaches, and it's really extremely nice what Hong Kong does for the snooker players.
That's great to see. I would hope that the rest of the world can take note of that.
Yeah, that would be great.
Sure, I wonder, we should maybe, if we have a moment, maybe talk to either Jackie or Anya, or maybe even Alan, the manager for both of them, what the kind of criteria is to get involved with that. Because if you say, we're going to sponsor you and give you a salary, is everyone in the world going to sign up?
No, you need to be from Hong Kong, as far as I know, and they are a squad of about 5 or 6 female players, and they have qualification tournaments to play in our tournaments. So they don't come all 5 or 6 to our tournaments, always 2 or 3 or so, or maximum 4. Yeah. So they
are all 5 or 6 of them, as you alluded to, in Hong Kong. Are they all on a salary?
I I think so. Not 100% sure, but I think so, yeah.
But there must be some kind of qualification to get to that, or
Yeah.
to earn that spot,
Yeah.
because they must have a large group of players, but you have to earn your spot or win it or something like that. Okay.
I think Alan is the right guy to talk about it. He knows
Sure.
that. He's the coach and the manager, yeah. And the Hong Kong girls, they're very, very dedicated with their practice. You might have seen yesterday, when they finished their matches, they went over to the Chinese pool table and carried on practicing for hours and hours.
True. That's like a professional.
Yeah, and
They've
Oni
never-
is always the first in the snooker halls for practice when she's somewhere. It's really impressive.
Professionals are not always fully pleased with their performance. They're always challenging themselves to get just that much better.
Exactly, that's why they're professionals, I guess, as well, because they always want to be better and better and better themselves and optimize, and yeah.
And professionals get paid for it. Amateurs do it for the love. So I think
Exactly.
all of us are a lot of amateur snooker players.
Yeah, most also amateurs and spend a lot of money. But it's also a lifestyle somehow. It's a passion. It's it's a big part of all of our lives.
Definitely. But it is definitely nice to see it. It is on the growth. Like
Yes.
definitely in this country, and I think it's regrowing in Canada. Germany has always been big fans of it. But it's interesting, they never really had a player.
Well, Lukas Kleckers and Simon Lichtenberg, they both
Okay.
have been on tour, and in the past Lasse Münstermann and Patrick Einsle, but they didn't do that well as how they could have made, because they didn't live in England for very long, so they didn't have the typical practice competition from very strong players all the time. And there's a big disadvantage when you are not located in England and don't have the quality players every day to practice. So
True.
yeah, but Lukas Kleckers is still on tour now,
Great.
and he once beat Neil Robertson. I remember that was amazing.
How's Rolf doing?
Rolf is still going. He's
Yeah.
still commentating a lot, and the fans love him on Twitter. They always tweet to him and he replies, and he is keeping the spectator community happy in snooker Germany.
Great.
It's good to have him.
True, I wish he would come over to Sheffield for the World Championships. I've heard so much about him, but it would be great to meet him.
I tell him that he needs to come.
True. Tell him this year, the Canadian is going to be there, so he wants to see you.
But yeah, in Germany, we have so many spectators that watch it on telly, but the problem is when they want to play for the first time to find a table. Because in England you find a table every 5 miles or whatever. In Germany you have one in a radius of 100 kilometers or miles maybe when you are lucky. And then when you try it for the first time, it's a pretty tough game when you have never played and it looks so easy on telly.
That is true. So it can be easily frustrating. It's like, how do they do this so easily? Well,
Exactly.
they spend years upon years practicing.
It's always funny when we have the German Championship in a big venue in the middle of Germany. When we have snooker there, pool billiard and carom, and it's in the middle of a little town where a lot of tourists, normal tourists, are as well. And they often come in and watch a bit and think, "Oh, I know this game from television, the snooker, yeah." And then they watch it and think, "Oh, they don't play like on telly. What's wrong with them?" Because we obviously miss more balls than they on telly, but they're not professionals. We are amateurs in Germany. They're always so disappointed when they see only 50 breaks instead of centuries all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to gauge sometimes of our Asian players. The emotion really isn't there.
They have an extreme poker face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's cultural or if they practice that. I'm not sure. I always try to practice my poker face because my face gives a lot away. Yeah. And they're all quite well trained with the cue action. It looks somehow robotic because it's so picture perfect. When you watch players from England, it's a bit more different. Everybody has a unique cue action, while the Asian players are often fairly similar, I would say. Yeah. They're very consistent in their cue action, how they approach the table and everything. So, textbook.
Snooker 155, a friend of yours? He does
Don't know
tune
what
in
to
from
say.
Germany. Not sure
Snooker
what-
155.
come onto your streams at all. He's a fellow German, and he was saying that Alexander
Wiedau.
Wiedau?
Yeah, but yeah, it was a great achievement.
As much as the world is vast and big, when we get on these streams, the snooker community is rather small but very global.
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
seen the Snooker 155 handle a lot at the events that I've commentated on, so we're always happy that they tune in. It's quite late for them too, getting into the early morning hours of Saturday morning.
Yeah, I think at home in Germany it's about 2 o'clock, isn't it?
Yes, we're about
2 a.m.
4:45 right here. So it's a, what is it, a 9 hour or 8 hour?
9 hour.
9 hour, okay.
Yeah. What's also always really nice to see is that on the table we all battle very, very hard against each other, but off the table it's such a nice atmosphere between all the players. It's just before the start of the quarters, Oni and Ming had a little cue fight, not really a fight, like a pretended fight, and I take a video of it. I will Instagram it later. So that's so funny, and it's yesterday I sat there with Bex and Karen Leisen from America, and we had some business talks. It was really cool. So it's just nice to meet players from all over the world and talk with them about things. How is it in your country? How is it here? And you learn so much more than just snooker when you're attending the tournaments.
Great read there by Mink. Yeah, it's been nice to see the real nice story is Marianne McConnell coming back after a 28-year absence.
It's amazing. I played her yesterday, and I thought, okay, I thought she played a lot of pool. She's national champion in Canada, I think. So I knew before the match she can pot, I'm sure, and she has the snooker knowledge because she was a pretty good player back in the days. And I thought it would be a nice match, and it was very nice. I played pretty okay, I would say. I played quite well, but she had a better act. She won 3-0 against me, and it was a tough but very good match. I hate losing, of course, but after the match I said, fair play, well done.
If a player is playing well,
yeah, I
what
played
can you
well. I
do?
still got beaten. Fine.
Yes, she was alluding to when we had her in the booth that she played for 20 years on a snooker table before she even saw the 8-ball game. So. Andrew Baird is asking about the 900 snooker series. Have you seen that, Diana?
Yes, I've seen it, but I don't have a lot of knowledge about it.
It's tough to see over here in North America because I feel like it comes through maybe Eurosport or ITV or something. Just
It's an English thing. I don't know. I'm not good with English programs. I have to pass on this question. Sorry.
That's right. I think it's a good idea because it's bringing, veteran players, lower ranked players, and amateur players into a form, and they are 15-minute frames, I think, because that's the 900 philosophy. 900 seconds is 15 minutes. So matches can't get really bogged down as sometimes it can happen in traditional snooker. So I think it's a good kind of starting point to maybe hook the tentacles into people and get them interested in the game.
Could be, yeah.
But I have yet to see a frame of it, so I'm just going hypothetically.
Somebody answered the rules generally allow for the top 2 buttons to be undone if needed. There's somebody about the waistcoat, my waistcoat question.
Okay.
I will verify that with a World Snooker referee, I think. Thanks for the answer.
Nice to see we have some friends tuning in. from the land of 10,000 lakes, Minnesota, a state in the northern part of this country. You would think that there could be some good players that might come out of Minnesota just because it's very cool in the winter time. Who really likes to be outdoors when it's winter? Maybe a midnight walk on the snow, but most of the time we like to be indoors where it's warm. Now the room's kind of calmed down a little bit from all the players playing pool. I think that we've got a lot of spectators just tuned in.
Yeah, they're all watching now. It's really cool. And we got a lot of comments online about the live stream that people are so happy that they can watch the matches.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, we had some really good play here. The 1-1 century from Onyi yesterday was amazing. The clearance, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yep, truly remarkable, and she's doing a good job right now. She's up 2-0, and her match just needs one more frame to the good to put her card into the semifinals. And those will be starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow,
Yes,
Pacific
exactly.
Daylight Time.
Exactly. And we play one semi after the other, so not parallel. So we can stream both semi-finals.
All right. And that will lead up to the final. And the final, is it a best of 9 or a best of 7, the final?
Just have a blackout.
Do you need to phone a friend?
I
Where's
need
Matt
to
when
phone
you
my
need
friend
him?
Matt. I need to look at my notes in the computer. Sorry. Let's check. Sorry. So Jackie here with another good chance. Leading 14 points already. It's best of 7, I think.
Really a pronounced pause with these Hong Kong players and that
Yeah.
backswing. Do you have quite a pause in your stroke? I'm just trying to remember when I was...
I'm trying for 13 years to be good with the pause because I was a pool billiard player before and I didn't do the pause. And since then I changed my stance to snooker stance and cue action, and I still struggle with the pause. I still have to constantly think about do the pause, stop, or it's not natural to me. Since then, I don't know if it will ever come. Yeah, it's pretty annoying to be honest. And I still don't have it.
So what made you do the switch? Going from pool and billiards, what made you kind of jump into snooker?
Well, like I said, we have a combined German championship, and I was there for pool billiard. And I've seen snooker there for the first time live, and I really love the big tables and the calmness of the game, and it's even more like chess than pool is. So, and I love the chess part of the game where you have to think logically and be tactical. I really love that. So I started practicing snooker, and since then I only practice snooker, but I play a lot of pool tournaments as well. And I qualified for the German championship now in snooker and in all 4 pool disciplines. So yeah,
Great.
this will be in November. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot to nothing.
Yes, the crowd enjoyed that one.
Jamie Hunter is 1-0 up against Marianne.
We need a doorman, I think, here.
Is it not you?
I'm double dipping, doorman and commentator.
Check of all trades.
Oh, look at this shot. Wow.
Wow. And she's back in the frame. Yeah, just came the question if there will be a Challenge Cup as well. Yes, we'll do the Challenge Cup as well. It's like a second chance tournament for everybody who did not reach the the quarterfinals. So we have 6 players in the Challenge Cup, and we will start after the quarterfinals tonight.
Unfortunately, friends, that won't be televised, but will results be put up on snookerscores.net?
Exactly.
The website where they find all the other scores. Okay, great to hear.
Oh, that was close.
Jackie has the potting angle on this right into the green pocket. It's a long pot, but definitely possible. Leading by 24 points, she just needs this red in a color to put us in the Snooker's required stage.
And he is on a break of 63, if I can see that correctly. 70 already.
Sonya very determined. I know she's not too happy with not being on the main tour, so she definitely wants to get back on there.
She's hungry to be back, and she's putting the hard work in. I mean, it was also a lot of pressure to because she could have stayed on the main tour or went back on the main tour when she would have won the last tournament we had in Belgium. It was, I think, it's in Belgium. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, but Rianne overtook her and took the spot for the next season, for the next tour ticket.
Great long red there by Mink. She can still steal this frame, and that will definitely be a blow to Jackie. Maybe just a... Not sure if there's a quick answer that we can get to from Andrew Barrett. He asks, what's the criteria for an amateur women's snooker player to play on the women's professional snooker circuit?
Well, we don't have a women's professional circuit. We have the World Women's Snooker Tour. It's open for professional and amateurs, basically, for all. And we are also an official qualifying path for the World Snooker Tour. Well, World Snooker Tour is not a men's tour. It's a mixed tour. It's for all genders. And so, yeah, we provide the pathway to qualify for it. And so in our tour, we have professionals and amateurs, and everybody is allowed to play as well. We welcome beginners, we welcome any ages, any abilities. Yeah, a development tour as well. I mean, it's also great to see new players coming, and like Louise Foster, we also made the wave of here from Scotland, who recently won her first frame in the tournament, and today yesterday she won her first match ever. So it's quite nice to see the progress of beginner players when they start to progress and get their results in. It's really nice to see that we can help with that.
So Anya just has an 85 break. We're going to jump over there if that century was close, but this is becoming a beautiful break here by Mink to steal this frame. So Anya's going to be into the semifinals with a whitewash over Jocelyn Liu. Needs pink and black to steal this frame, and what a steal it would be for Mink.
Thanks, Leah. Sorry, Dave.
How Canadian of you. Thank you for saying sorry.
Germans can also be polite. You're not always blunt.
So this black to steal this
Black
second
one.
frame. And it's there.
She did it.
Wow. What a clearance there. Kind of vintage John Higgins almost. So Mink roars back, takes a 2-0 lead in this best of 5 quarterfinal match. Diana, you going to stick around for a third frame?
Well, no, I think I give the seat free for somebody else
Okay.
with something nice to say.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have 1,000,001 things to do as a tournament director. So we really appreciate you spending some time with us in the booth, and keep doing the great work you do to expose the game, the women's side, and all that great stuff.
Thank you, Dave, and thanks for commentary.
No worries, anytime.
Tristan and you doing here. It's really appreciated by everyone.
Well, I've told you, if you've got the plane ticket, I'll come wherever you guys are, Australia, Belgium, England, wherever. But maybe we could talk about remote possibilities. Who knows? But
Yes.
I know. But thanks again, and
Thank you.
enjoy your time in Seattle.
Thanks.
Take care. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the WineCellars.com U.S. Women's Snooker Open Championship of 2003. David Burney is in the booth, and I am distinctly honored to welcome world fencing champion. No.
Fencing.
Fencing. Was that what you were doing with the cues in
with
between
Mink
rounds the other
before
day?
the match.
No, it is Anya, a very
Hello,
accomplished
everyone.
snooker player, 3-time world champion, 4-time UK champion, 2 times master champion. Jeez, that's quite the
Okay, let's
resume you
start
have
to
there.
watch the match.
And you're fresh off a victory. You punched your card into the semifinals. That's good to see.
Yeah, thank you.
So how did you come into the game of snooker?
Start to play, you mean?
Yeah, how did you start to play? What
I
brought you
start
into
to
the game?
play because my father is also amateur snooker player. So he also participated in many different tournaments like the IBSF World Master and Hong Kong Master Open. So when I was young, he worked at the Snooker Club as a manager. So and then he just took me with him, and just one day when I saw he at a snooker competition with his uniform, and I think I loved the uniform, and I thought it would look great when I wear it. So that's why I asked my father to teach me how to play.
Great.
So it actually is all about the outfit, not my father.
The outfit. Okay. It's interesting how we all kind of find our way into this game. A lot of people say the clicking of the balls. I haven't heard many people say about the outfit.
Yeah, I love the look at the bow tie, the waistcoat. I love it. It looks smart.
You are very stylish.
Thank you. Yeah, my father also coached me as a early coach to me. Yeah.
I think that's usually what happens when we're young and we get into athletics. One of our parents becomes the coach.
Yeah.
And then hopefully soon enough, if the child shows a real seriousness for it, then it's maybe time to be like, okay, we need a proper coach, because they're going to have at least that separation.
Yeah, especially now we are representing Hong Kong, and we are training in the Hong Kong Sports Institute. So we have 4 coaches: Alan Wong, Wayne Griffiths, David Wu, and Alan Lin.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Wing is a head coach. So we are very lucky to have them, and also had the very world-class facilities in the Hong Kong Sports Institute.
Great. And is it really big in Hong Kong, snooker?
Yeah, it's very big in Hong Kong, especially because of Marco Fu. Yeah, he always looked like a gentleman, not look like he is a gentleman. And also his image had changed the overall image of the snooker in Hong Kong.
Well, he did actually learn a great amount of the game up in Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah, I know.
Underneath Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have to bring you up north of border someday. Would you like to come to Canada?
Yeah, I would love to. I've been to Toronto before for vacation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Would love to go to Canada to see and maybe playing snooker tournaments.
Sounds great. I think I was talking with Diana in the last frame because she was in here. And, we have some rumblings of maybe just having a little West Coast tour where all you players can come over, play in Seattle, and then go up to Vancouver.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
40.
So, on you, with having the high break rate now of 121, what's going through your mind as you're building up those breaks?
What do you mean?
Just like, how are you just trying to keep focus at the one shot at a time?
Yeah, we obviously have a 3-shot plan before I go to play the shot. But when I decided the 3-shot plan, and I would just focus on the shot in front of me, stay present. So at that time I would think 1 shot at a time. But when I walk around the table, I would have the 3-shot plan.
Okay, so you're seeing that red, and then you see your color.
But
and then
when I decide what to play on this shot, then I would just focus on these shots.
a good way to word it, being in the moment, being present for that.
Yeah,
That's a nice way to word it. I like that.
And it also helped me to take off a bit the pressure while you stay present, because you don't think about the future. Oh, it's a good chance to score, get over the line, but it's better to stay present so you won't think about it, and then you can just carry on to play the simple thing.
And chatting with some other players in the booth. they say you've got to just, that pre-shot routine is just so important to keep that consistent, because that will as well, keep you in that present moment.
Simple is the best.
The old adage, keep it simple, stupid.
38.
Now Mink has a good chance around the black. Hey, I see someone saying hi to me. Hello.
That looks like it, yeah. Our good friend in Germany, Snooker 155. Now, definitely up in Vancouver, there's a lot of Hong Kong people and stuff like that. So they were really excited that you were coming over here. I think some have come down to watch you play, and as well, they're tuning into the streams. So.
Yeah. And I have some friends just moved to Vancouver recently.
Great.
Yeah.
46.
Our German friend coming up with some interesting stats that I've just been commentating. With the only 2 female players that have had a maximum break against them. So unfortunately, Hussein Vavari had a 147 against you.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess Mark
In
Williams.
the last frame.
And Mark Williams had one against Diana Schuler back in 2010. But have you heard that in the finals, hopefully you can make it, our fingers are crossed, lots of hard work, don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, no pressure, isn't it?
No pressure. I'm not putting you under the gun or anything like that, but just want to inform you, if there is a maximum in the final, there's a $5,000 prize.
Let's focus on the semi-final tomorrow first.
Well said. Good call.
Stay present. Remember what we said before.
Exactly.
Oh, good kiss.
Yeah, it just needs another red and black, and we'll be in the Snooker's required stage.
Oh, my highest breaking, dangerous.
It is. Oh, that one red up the table. I'd have to do some work with that.
70.
So much time would you spend practicing on Yi?
Yeah.
How much time, what hour length in the day? Are you 6 hours or?
When I was in UK and I start practice in the morning at 10 a.m. and then finish at about 5 to 6 p.m.
Okay.
But when I'm in Hong Kong,
78.
then I will be practicing like 6 to 8 hours a day
Okay.
at the club.
Great. Because I know we're kind of cutting into your practice time right here, so we really appreciate you coming into the booth.
Thank you. And also, we need to do some fitness training as well.
Fitness training as
Yeah.
well. Wow. True. As much as this, it's more of a mental game, snooker.
Yeah, it's
But you
mind game.
do need to have good shape, because you feel better about yourself if
Yeah,
you are
also,
healthy.
like some tournaments, you might need to play a few matches in a day. So you got to be like, you have enough energy to sustain for a day, so you can concentrate more. Yeah. If you don't have enough energy to play, you probably lose your focus and missing easy balls. It also make you to lose matches. That's why we need to do some fitness training. Do you need to?
I do, yeah. A few massages around the throat.
87.
So it looks like our friend from
Oh, he'd been playing with my father, I think.
Raymond Fung. He was the runner-up last year at the U.S. Nationals event.
Oh, I see.
A very nice man. Does a lot of stuff for U.S. Snooker.
'94.
This might be my only second century that I've commentated on, but I hope that didn't curse her.
95.
Could play for the top red first. Hi, David. He's my coach, David Rowe, I think.
Okay. 102 and counting.
102.
Oh.
103.
I think she's going to have to do something special to give you a run for your money on the.
It's tough red. Tough brown.
There. Wow.
Oh, very good middle pot.
107. Go me.
Big shot right here. Keep the break going. Oh, breaks down on the last red, but still 107. Great century run there by Ming. She's moving on to the semifinals. So is my guest here, Anyi. Great match that you had earlier in the quarterfinals.
Cheers.
And we appreciate you coming into the booth.
Thank you.
We wish we had a bit more time, maybe, you know, if it was a stagnant event or a stagnant frame here, but Mink was pretty impressive in there. And have a good night tonight. Get
Thank
lots
you.
of good
You too.
sleep. Rest up. Big day tomorrow. Championship Sunday. And thanks again, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody, that was a very exciting century break to close out day 2
Amazing.
of this Wine Cellars U.S. Women's Snooker Open Championship 2023. So that's going to say probably good night for us over here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington. There will be a little bit of the Challenge Cup, and the Seniors event is going to go on, but we aren't going to be televising that. But you can take a look at all the updated scores on snookerscores.net. And we'll have in a moment, there's some of our great sponsors there. Who's going back to that screen? Thank you very much. Streaming director Christian Youngers. Our sponsors there, winesellers.com. Jason and Diana Miller with them. Littman Lights doing a great job. Joshua Yoon and Srikanth Popuri. Thank you very much. And we'll just show a little updated shot of the brackets just to see where we're at. As you can see, Anyi has defeated Jocelyn, so they're moving on to the semi-final. Anyi will play the winner of Bex Kenna and Marissa Du. just not sure of just our vantage point's tough to see there. And Mink, with that whitewash victory over Chake, will take on the winner of Jamie Hunter, last year's winner of this event, against Marianne McConnell. And right now, Jamie is up 2-0, but Marianne is up in the third frame 27-0. So we appreciate all your viewership. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That's when myself, David Burney, will be back in the booth with Christian Youngers, and as well we'll have the great and successful Dave Daly. There he is. Been doing great work as a referee.
Hello.
All day long. It's a tough job on his feet, and we really appreciate all his work. So tune in tomorrow for Championship Sunday. Good night, everybody.